たのさ、数日前に。早朝ランニングをしていてね、誰もいない街の上空を突然夢でも見たのかと思ったよ。だから君たちからその名を聞いて、あれは現実だったのか。
Well, hey there, Pokemon trainers. How are we feeling after 20 weeks or 20 episodes of Pokemon Horizons? How are you feeling about it? Holler out in the comments down below. Even if we stop the video right here, I want to know, 20 episodes in, how are you truly feeling about Pokemon Horizons? And basically, you know, we have a season's worth. If you base Pokemon versus any other anime, which is typically 12, 13 episodes, I mean, 13 is probably the most that you get. And if you do 2 cores of anime, you get 24 episodes. So basically, we have about a season and a half worth of content versus other anime in Pokemon so far. So how are you feeling about a season's worth of anime in Pokemon without Ash? How are you feeling in the comments down below? And also, how are you feeling? Did you guys participate in Pokemon Go last week? The Pokemon Go Fest last week? How was your luck? I hope it was much better than mine because your boy got 0 shinies. Oh, and yesterday was Charmander Day. And guess who else got 0 Charmander shinies? Your boy got a goose egg, nothing, and nada. I'm convinced that they have nerfed Pokemon Go because I haven't seen a shiny in that game in months. I used to be able to log in and, you know, play for 20 minutes and find a couple of shinies during specific community days or Go Fest, and it's just not the case anymore, and it really sucks, and I'm probably not really gonna log in anymore. Same for Pokemon Sleep. You know, I did the Pokemon Sleep thing for about a month, and Pokemon Sleep was cool, and I do enjoy it. I think, you know, it's a cool novelty, but at the end of the day, like pushing my little, this is not it, right? This is a tape measure, but pushing the button right before I go to sleep, I just forget. You know what I mean? Especially like when you're retired and stuff. Like, I don't know what kind of insane person just simply like comes and lays down, right? And then just goes to sleep. Like, it's impossible for me. Like, I have to lay down, and then for about the next 30 minutes to an hour, I'm on my phone or doing something, trying to get to that sleepy level before I can, click off my phone, click it, and then, nod off after that point. Even then, that's about a 5-minute endeavor, usually, best case scenario. So anyways, how are you guys feeling about all the Pokemon products, and how are you feeling about the DLC rolling out very soon? All right, let's talk about the anime. So the reason I wanted to start this video is just talking about Pokemon in general versus episode 20 is episode 20 was just a very Pokemon episode. And what I mean by that is, like, nothing happened, you know what I mean? Like, they fought Kabu, right? And like we got to see Liko and Roy go on their I guess you can call it like their trainer journey or whatever. And they powered up Sprigatito, they powered up Fuecoco. And I hate, I gotta be 100%, like, I hate Roy's singing the Fuecoco song, and I think it's just so cheesy, and I don't like it. I much prefer the Liko side of it. And to this day, I'm still under the umbrella of opinion that I really think them splitting this up into 2 main characters, versus just the one, was a bad move. I really feel like they should have gone all in on Liko. Again, Ash had Misty, and then later on had Brock, or had Brock and then later on Misty. So I definitely understand like the companions of it, but with Freed, with whatever her name is, I forget the purple hair girl name. I didn't take any notes this episode, so whatever the purple hair girl name is, but like, there's already a ship full of companions. I really don't think that Roy was really necessary, and I'm still under that because like the things that he does, right? Like, this episode, even Liko called him out of like, getting overexcited about some girl mentioning just like random verbal cues, right? He is that excitable, like, there's a leaf. Oh my God, there's a leaf in the sky. Like, he's that kind of character. Where Liko, on the other hand, she'll see a leaf and be like, so windy. You know what I mean? Like, she's that kind of character. She's just so much preferable to me. And again, that's just a very personal view. For the show, you might feel otherwise. You might really love Roy. Whatever the case is, we can't get rid of him, so it is what it is. So if you do like him, then that's awesome because he's gonna be here forever. But again, my preference is Liko, and the way that she's learning, right? The way that she was doing really good during the leafage contest this episode with Kabu, and the way that she was getting more in tune and in vibe with Brigatito. But then again, when her realism, I think she has this really realistic view of like she sees somebody else in pain or in need, essentially, and her first reaction is to help them. And she did it the wrong way, right? She did it by giving up. And by giving up, she basically, you know, she hurt the person she was trying to help more than she helped the person. She made up with her and stuff like that. But like, she's just a better character. Okay, now let me go back to 4 minutes ago when I said, you know, episode 20 was just fine. It was a fine transitional episode. It was just meant to show us Roy and Liko getting more in tune with Fuecoco and with Sprigatito, and a trainer's training episode, essentially, is what it was. So it's very much turn your brain off, and you could probably not watch for 5 minutes and watch again and not really miss much. It was one of those kind of episodes. And then at the end of the episode, Kabu did know a little bit about Rayquaza. He basically said, I saw him in the sky heading for Hammerlock City. So now we're heading towards Hammerlock City. My one very last point of the episode, just to kind of like button up the review, is, you know, I think 6 out of 10 episode is very serviceable, very fine. One of the things I didn't realize would irk me as much as it did irk me is how much little time we spent in Paldea, right? We're now in Galar, and we're going to continue to be in Galar, right? Because we're in the Engine City or whatever the hell it's called. I forget. But now we're heading to Hammerlock, and we're still in Galar. But we spent so little time in Paldea, right? We only really got to see the one, maybe 2 areas of Paldea. And considering how close this show is to the release of Scarlet and Violet, and how Scarlet and Violet is going to have a resurgence again this month with the DLC, you want them to be more in parity so that you can see things more of like what you're playing. Like, I think there's something inherently special about playing a game like Scarlet and Violet and then seeing it kind of come to life in anime form. There is something really special there. And the lack of time in Paldea, I think does this show less. I think it does this show. It doesn't do this show justice. And the other part of it too is like, because we moved into Galar, right? It's like you have to imagine like we moved to a different country essentially, like Galar and Paldea. Like you have to think about them like, you know, Japan and like Africa. Maybe Africa's a continent. Japan and China, or you know, Japan and Korea, or you know, U.S. and you know, Mexico. They're close, but they're not that close. You know what I mean? They're countries. So you have to think like, yo, they could have chased Rayquaza through Paldea, and that would have been a much better experience, in my opinion. We could have saw more gym leaders than just, you know, Ayano and the other dude, you know, I forget what his name is. But we could have saw more of all the gym leaders, and maybe even like the main area, you know, of Paldea. We could have saw, you know, the, you know, Area Zero or something. I'm sure all those things will come into play later on. Maybe like that's Rayquaza's end game is Area Zero or something. I don't know, but like we could have saw more. So I don't know. Let me know how you guys like. I started the video saying, hey, how do you feel about 20 episodes in? Let me know how you feel, because this is just kind of how I feel so far. And there's not much to talk about with episode 20. So it's better to talk about everything holistically versus episode 20. But anyways, episode 21, we're in Hammerlock City, and will we find Rayquaza? Probably not, but hey, we'll get there, right? All right, friends, I'm gonna see you all trainers later. Have a good one. Happy Pokemon hunting if you're doing any of it. See you in the next one. Peace.